I am so pleased to see so many of you here today and would like to welcome you to the Ford Next Generation Learning Designation Ceremony for our College and Career Academies of Akron. Thank you, Anna Marmaduke from Elliott High School. We'd like to thank our students who are here. We should have our Bucto COC Air Force ROTC for presentation of colors, and to all of our students here today, especially our ambassadors who were so gracious in having showing all of us to the hall here today. It's actually funny because through these student groups, such as the Firestone COC Jazz Ensemble, our Kenmore High School Culinary Arts Program, our STEM High School Project Lead the Way Program, East COC Marketing Program, the Garfield High School Marching Band, our Akron Alternative Academy artists, our NIF STEM middle school students, and our North High student ambassadors, of course. We're actually getting a preview of what our career academies are all about. They're all about providing students opportunities to develop those soft skills that will help them on that road to success, not just during high school, but after high school and beyond. You'll also notice that we have two of our talented art teachers here today. One of them, Julie Hogarth, actually was an instructor for my daughter when she attended the STEM middle school, and she actually graduates tomorrow night. Julie, thank you. They'll be doing a graphic recording of our ceremony today, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they capture the exciting events of today. Thanks to our special guests who are in attendance today, our board members. I know we have Reverend Walker, of course, Tim Miller, Lisa Mansfield, Debbie Walsh, Bruce Alexander, and Patrick Bravo, our board president. We also have our Ford Next Generation Learning coaches who are here with us. Charlie Michkowski. We have Scott Palmer and Paula Barkley and Rick Delano. Mayor Horrigan, welcome. Pat Shipe, our president of the Akron Education Association, our partner in education, thanks for attending. And all of the important partners who are here today, partners of the Akron Public Schools, thank you. And while many of you have heard about our College and Career Academy initiative over the past couple of years, this is actually the culmination of 6 years of exploration, seeking ways to take our strong public school system to a higher level of innovation and achievement, and engaging our students in authentic ways that prepare them for college and careers. This ceremony is significant because it means our district will be joining a national network supported by the Ford Motor Company Fund. Ford Next Generation Learning is the philanthropic arm of the Ford Motor Company that is transforming public high schools into career-themed academies. This revolution in education is designed to generate a stronger talent development pipeline for high-demand jobs and overall community prosperity. For this announcement, we selected this symbolic location, the National Inventors Hall of Fame STEM Middle School, for a specific reason. You see, we developed this platform school collaboratively with Invent Now, the University of Akron, the Greater Akron Chamber, and the City of Akron. We did not want this school and our subsequent NIF STEM High School to be islands of excellence. We wanted them to serve as laboratories, if you will, for innovative educational practices and discoveries that benefit all of our schools. Over the last decade, the Akron Public Schools has honed its efforts and strategies within our STEM schools, such as problem-based learning, one-to-one computing, design thinking, and integrated business partnerships, and now are prepared to expand those proven strategies into all of our secondary schools across the district through our college and career academies of Akron. Today we celebrate this 6-year journey to transform our high schools and our extensive year-long strategic planning process to become a designated Ford Next Generation Learning Community. We'll start with honoring the 1,000-plus stakeholders, including some of our key partners who have spent hours of their time providing direction to the design of our Academy Master Plan. Then we'll turn it over to the CEO of Ford Next Generation Learning, Cheryl Carrier, for our actual designation. And we'll end today's program with showcasing some of our key partners and maybe throw in another big announcement or two as we enter the implementation phase of our transformation. So let's get to it, and please help me welcome to the stage our Akron School Board President, Mr. Patrick Bravo.
Good afternoon, and before I get started with some welcoming remarks, I'd like to ask our Bookdal JROTC to come forward for the presentation of colors in the national anthem. If everyone could please rise.
Colors, post, present, arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Order, arms. Right, face. Forward, march.
Thank you. You may be seated. I want to say a very big thank you to Anna Marmaduke from Ellet High School, Kofi Biake from Akron Early College for that beautiful rendition of the national anthem, and to our book dull, JROTC, for presenting the colors today. Thank you very much. I'm really excited to be here today to see so many of our corporate partners, our nonprofit partners, our foundation partners. I mean, seeing all of you here today is a real testament to the hard work that our staff and our partners have put into these college and career academies. And I'm so excited to see all of you here and to be able to share in this designation ceremony with you. So on behalf of the Akron School Board, I want to say welcome and greetings. Our district strategic plan, and one of the reasons why this partnership with Ford Next Generation Learning is so easy and makes so much sense, is that our strategic plan at the district level is perfectly aligned already with the Ford NGL model. We have consistently been the #1 urban district in Ohio, so we set our goal higher to become the #1 urban district in the United States. We believe that college and career academies of Akron will help us meet this goal. And as a board, we're excited about the deep engagement already evident within our city and our region. We're looking forward to witnessing the impact of the college and career academies, the impact that they will have not just on our schools, but on our entire community. We prepared this short video to further explain what these college and career academies are all about. So watch to see what we've already created at North High School and plan to expand to all of our 9 high schools in the district over the next 2 years. Thank you.
We live in a world that's rapidly changing. Today's students crave real-world, authentic experiences. And these experiences help students become more well-prepared for what comes after high school. In a city well-known for innovation, Akron Public Schools has partnered with Ford Next Generation Learning, Connexus NEO, and GAR Foundation to mobilize educators, employers, and community leaders to craft a revolutionary new approach to high school education. Together, we are transforming high schools, strengthening the connection between learning in the classroom with what students may pursue after graduation, making learning more meaningful, and giving our students the skills they need to be college and career ready. We call this transformation the College and Career Academies of Akron. The College and Career Academies of Akron allow students to choose a thematic course of study, such as health, manufacturing, information technology, and more. Students take general education courses such as math, English, science, and social studies, but they are taught through the theme of their academy. Incoming 9th graders enroll in Freshman Academy, where they learn skills necessary to be successful in high school, complete career exploration activities, and visit college campuses. After this exploration, students choose an academy and a pathway for their 10th, 11th, and 12th grade years. Choosing a pathway such as programming and software development within the Academy of Global Technology and Business is similar to choosing a college major. These smaller learning communities provide students with a sense of belonging and help to develop strong teacher-student relationships. No matter what academy or pathway a student chooses, their courses will relate to real problems being faced by real companies. Workplace learning opportunities such as job shadowing and internships give students hands-on experiences, an understanding of career options, and increased technical and soft skills. And by leveraging a student's personal interest, school becomes relevant, increasing academic achievement, attendance, and graduation rates. This process of transformation has already begun at North High School, where students have selected to become part of one of 2 academies, the Akron Children's Hospital Academy of Health and Human Services, or the Academy of Global Technology and Business. As we move to transform all of our high schools to college and career academies, research on high-demand, high-wage, real job opportunities in Northeast Ohio and parent, student, teacher, and community input will determine the academies offered at our schools. Our goal? To ensure all graduates of Akron Public Schools will have the opportunity to enroll in a college or other post-secondary training option, enlist in military service, or become employed in a sustainable career with opportunities for growth. Most importantly, it will prepare all of our students for college, career, and life. To find out more or to get involved, visit akronschools.com and click on College and Career Academies.
Good afternoon. My name is Sashiana Meadows, and I'm a senior at North High School, and I'm also an ambassador for our building. Today, I want to tell you about how North High School students and representatives from every high school across our district contributed to the College and Career Academies of Akron Master Plan. The Master Plan is an in-depth strategic plan for the next 5 years that Ford NGL just approved. I am really proud of the way students got involved in planning the future of our schools, because we are the reason for this transformation. We are ready for a change. One of the things that is different about Akron Public Schools is that our leaders take into consideration what students think, what's best for us and our future. They really want us to succeed, no matter what we do after graduation. The College and Career Academies of Akron are going to help students prepare for even more what comes next, giving us more choices for careers and more preparation for college. For example, Akron has students serve in every part of the planning process for academies. From the master planning session to tactical teams, we had dozens of students participate and provide input into what kind of experience they want in high school. I served on our steering committee with over 50 business and community leaders that met over the last year to guide and inform the master plan. I'm proud to say that all of these business leaders listened to me and treated me as an equal. In fact, students wrote the district's College and Career Academy brand promise, or the statement that APS remains true to their purpose. A brand promise describes what students, our customers, should expect when educated in the Akron Public Schools. This statement is written by and on behalf of the students. It describes how school is going to look and feel different when every school is converted into academy over the next couple of years. This is so important because, as you know, our school district is very diverse. You may not know this, but my high school, North, is the most diverse high school in the state of Ohio. We have students from 23 different countries and speak 18 different languages. I've asked some of my friends who are North High student ambassadors to come here today to help me introduce to you our brand promise. Ambassadors, let's recite what we expect from the College and Career Academies of Akron. My academy offers every student opportunities to explore hands-on experiences in and out of the classroom. I feel supported by a broad community of educators who help me build relevant skills, make connections, and give me confidence in my future. And now, Amit Banya will represent all of the beautiful diversity in our district by repeating the brand promise in Nepali.
मेरो प्रतिष्ठानले हरेक विद्यार्थीलाई कक्षा कोठाको बाहिर र भित्रको अनुभवमा अन्वेषण गर्न अवसर प्रदान गर्दछ। मलाई मेरो समुदायले कला सिकाउने, मानिसहरूसँग भेटघाट गराउने र भविष्यमा मद्दत गर्ने धेरै खुसी लागेको छ। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, ambassadors. You can return to your seats. I'm asking each of you to think about what you can do, either individually or as a part of an organization or company, to help bring this brand promise to life. Within that spirit, let me introduce some important members of the Akron Public Schools family and the broader community who bring each component of the brand promise to life from their unique perspectives. First, Ms. Leffler, a Garfield High School social studies teacher.
The first phrase in the brand promise is, "My academy offers every student opportunity." In Akron, we are transforming our high schools into wall-to-wall academies. This means that the transformation is for all students. So every student can achieve regardless of their abilities, their backgrounds, or their career ambitions. Sometimes education only offers special opportunities for just a small group of students, maybe the ones who raise their hands or whose parents sign them up or who qualify because of particular talent. The College of Career Academies of Akron addresses this inequity by creating an inclusive support system because Akron Public Schools believes that all students deserve opportunities to go on college visits, job shadow, and internships. We believe that we can and will do better to provide more than a one-size-fits-all education opportunity.
Good afternoon. My name is Jesus Sanchez, and I represent the Cuyahoga Valley National Park and the Conservancy's Environmental Education Center. The phrase, opportunities to explore experiences, hands-on, inside and out of the classroom, is what we do in the National Park each and every day. I ask that you all take a moment and reflect about those school memories that you have that are close to you, those meaningful experiences. Perhaps it was in the classroom, reading those textbooks. Perhaps it was a special project or a field trip. Or perhaps it was those relationships that you built with your teachers and your educators and those mentoring that you received from those adults. I think whatever those meaningful experiences were, they all have one thing in common. They provided an opportunity to apply what you were learning and your knowledge and your skills to real life experiences, making the learning that much more authentic and that much more relevant. As we go forward, the Cuyahoga Valley National Park looks forward to partnering with Akron Public Schools and continuing to provide these opportunities for students to experience hands-on learning inside and outside of the classroom.
I'm Byron Hopkins, principal of Bookdale Community Learning Center. In Akron Public Schools, we build a broad community of educators. That includes who you might expect: teachers, administrators, support staff, and coaches. But our students ask the academies to also promise a broad community of educators, including parents, mentors, business partners, and more, because it takes a village full of faithful adults committed to making sure that students have the wraparound supports they need to be successful. Every person in this room and your colleagues back at the office can be a part of this broad community of educators to ensure student success.
Good afternoon. My name is Joe Burkhart. I'm pastor at Wedgwood United Methodist Church here in Akron. More to the point, I am a parent, my wife and I, to 7 children, one of whom, Zach, is a senior at Elliott High School, and he is here with us. And one is upstairs somewhere at the STEM Middle School, hopefully doing his homework. Not only do we have the 7 of our own children that attend Akron Public Schools, we have also, just a couple months ago, because he needed a family to stay with, a foreign exchange student who we found out when he came into our house is now officially a member of the family. So we have 8 children in Akron Public Schools. So we are deeply, deeply invested. Listen, I am deeply committed to ensuring that the next part of this, our brand promise, that is building relevant skills, will really come true, both for my children and for yours. I have high hopes for our children, just as every parent does. I want them to have opportunities more than I had when I was growing up. I want them to have room to grow, worlds to explore, and the support they need to succeed. Now, let me tell you what that means to me. I am committed to making sure that not only my own students, but all students have the skills, the confidence, and the presence they require to be able to succeed no matter what they do or where they go after leaving Akron Public Schools. And I am confident that the college and career academies here in Akron will provide opportunities for students to apply their academics in real-world situations with our help.
My name is Anil Vyas, and I'm the co-director of the Excel Center for Experiential Learning at the University of Akron. And this last part of the brand promise, quote, make connections and give me confidence in my future, it really resonates with me. Every day, I interact with college students who in high school weren't afforded the opportunity to explore careers, research post-secondary options, or interact with their community. The power of the college and career academies in Akron is that every APS student will be empowered to create a post-secondary plan that fits their own pathway to success. You know, often we talk about being either career ready or college ready. But the beauty of this initiative is that every career pathway within the academies will be designed with post-secondary options. So APS graduates will be prepared for a variety of career choices and will have the skills needed to navigate multiple on-ramps and off-ramps to lifelong learning. So that is the brand promise our APS students are asking us to keep. I'm committed to do what it takes to keep this promise, and I invite everyone in this room to do their part. And we know that we can't do it alone here in Akron. We will need the support of the governor's office, so please help me welcome to the stage Mr. Ryan Burgess, Director of the Governor's Office of Workforce Transformation.
Good afternoon. Superintendent James, Mayor Horgan, good to see you. Thank you for having me. Sorry, students, quick history lesson. Charles Goodyear, probably recognize the name. Early 1800s and the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. Through an insatiable curiosity and an undying energy. And this guy was thrown in debtor's prison a couple times to pursue his dreams. He eventually invented vulcanized rubber. And Akron knows the rest of this story. That was in the Industrial Revolution. Now fast forward to the digital revolution. Governor Kasich talks about autonomous vehicles, predictive analytics, drone technology all the time. We are going to see forces and velocity of change that Charles Goodyear could never even comprehend. And that is going to present opportunities and challenges that we need to be ready for. Another connection to Akron. Think about this for a second. Think about the connection to the auto industry and what Akron has meant to it. Think about the history of Ford and GM that's been in our country for over 100 years. Now think about this. Tesla, the manufacturer of electric cars, they've been around a few years. Just this past month, based on market capitalization, they're now larger than both Ford and GM. That is how fast things are going to change in our economy and in our workforce. And that's why the governor challenged his executive workforce board last fall to come up with new ways to prepare and continuously retrain Ohioans for jobs today and tomorrow. And the model that you're putting in place here today, it aligns very well with those strategies. The big overarching themes: how do we better connect business and education so they're attached at the hip? Things are going to be changing so quickly, they need to be in the room together. And then how do we create a culture of continuous learning? If you think you're going to graduate with a high school degree or a college degree and you're done, I think you're mistaken. You're going to need to continually upskill and reskill yourselves to remain relevant in today's and tomorrow's workplace environment. But this is the type of local collaboration that will make sure Ohio has a skilled and productive workforce well into the future. So Mayor Horgan, thank you for getting businesses and educators in the room together, talking to each other. Sue Lacey, thanks for the work that you're doing with Connexus. You're getting businesses and educators in the room together. It's going to make a difference. My final thought to the students. One of you, some graduate of this school someday is going to invent a technology that changes the world. One person. That's going to be impressive. But if you've been following the news just in the last week, even more impressive, the company that you're going to create someday, that logo might be embroidered on the Cleveland Cavaliers jersey someday. So congratulations on this big day, and go Cavs. Thank you.
I now have the honor of introducing Cheryl Carrier, Executive Director of Ford Next Generation Learning. Ms. Carrier joined Ford in 1978 and has held various positions at Ford. She's assisted Ford Executive Chairman William Clay Ford Jr. for many years, including a special assignment with the Detroit Lions, where she was responsible for developing human resource policy. Cheryl retired from Ford in December 2013 and has been retained by Ford to continue to manage Ford NGL.
I am so excited to be here. Are you guys proud of your community? Yes! So, Annie, you're going to be really excited to hear this. I don't know where you went, but I was back at the robotics. The robotics table, and they had did you guys see the Crazy 8 Ball where you asked a question? There you are, Annie. And I said, okay, I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to ask if my remarks are going to be successful today. And it said no. So I just want to forewarn you. She gave me a script that I completely threw out. So I probably should go back to your script. So why are we here today? You heard, right? Your community has embarked on this enormous transformation. And this is a really big deal. I mean, it really is. When you think about it, I mean, education has been taught the same way forever, right? And, I think back to Henry Ford, and he was a huge believer in learning by doing. He started about 70 schools in his lifetime. And I know that he would be incredibly proud to see that, this assembly line that he's produced is changing for education. It's no longer an assembly line. It's about individualized, personalized learning. And you guys have taken on a really big task to transform your high schools to be relevant and authentic, to provide your students with an opportunity to connect with each and every one of you, to give them hope and a vision and a voice. And, I think I have the best job in the world because I get to go to these communities like yours to see what this passion looks like. And every time I walk away and I come home and I say, we're changing the world. We're changing it. We're changing it for students. So not only can you expect student outcomes to improve, I mean, you're going to see a big change in how they engage in school and in the classroom, but you're also going to see that you have a much better prepared workforce. And these academies are aligned to your workforce and economic development needs. And when we started this years ago at Ford, it was not about that. It was not about that. It was all about the students. Ironically, the conversation's changed a lot, right? And business and education working together is important at this point in time. We need to do this. And then you're also going to enhance your community prosperity. So, I'm really anxious to see where you go with this. So why Akron? How did we get here? Well, David James kind of told the story earlier. This has been a kind of a long in process. But I have to tell you, this would not happen without his bold and visionary leadership. He has really just stayed with us and truly believed that all the students deserve to have this type of teaching and learning. So congratulations to you. It's been an incredible pleasure getting to know you. And Mr. James also sits on the Superintendent's Council for Next Generation Learning, and again, thank you. We appreciate you. You have an amazing group of administrators and teachers. That's very clear. We visited a couple schools today, and I was really blown away by the types of things that the students were learning and how they were meshing STEAM with the arts, and how, we had, I could go on. The experience today was amazing. I mean, there's masonry academies, there's dance and arts, and we had students sing for us that were in a play, and it was amazing. Anyway, do you know that movie? Anybody ever seen that movie, 13 Going on 30? Where Jennifer Gardner wishes that she's 30 years old? Well, I wish I was 56 going on 13, because those schools are unbelievable. And if you haven't had a chance to get in them, you have to do that. And you have to bring your friends. Bring everybody that you know to see these schools. Okay, I birdwalked a lot there. I'm really sorry. But your business leaders are incredible. Connexus, NEO, really bringing everybody together. The manufacturers group, I know that you really pulled a lot of this together. You have a visionary board, very bold. And you're doing this for all students. You're going wall to wall. So there's not one student that's going to be left behind, which is really powerful. And we don't see that everywhere. Sometimes it's just not possible. But you're going to do it for every student, which is amazing. So the work is just beginning. We need to, the plan has been written. You've come together, many of you, to develop this plan. You worked hard on it. It's beautiful. It's this thick, and it's 5 years worth of work. But now the hard part starts. You got to implement it, and this is no time to stop. You got to stay connected. You got to keep meeting. You got to keep holding each other accountable. I know that you'll have, regular meetings, but you'll have a yearly retreat where you're going to look at the progress. You're going to say, this is what went well. This is what we still need to work on. And you'll continuously improve this. You got to keep doing that, right? And kudos to you for involving the students. That's very rare to bring the students into that planning process, and that's really important because it's all about them. So the work is just beginning, and I know that you'll keep at it, and we have really high expectations for you. You learned from Nashville, and I really want to thank the team that's here. Our team from Ford NGL in Nashville, you guys are amazing, and I'm so blessed to work with you. And we also have Mike and Jeff from the Ford plant, and you need to talk to the people in the machining group back there as well, if you haven't already. You all learned from other people in this network. And we are a family, and we learn from each other, and we support each other. And you're going to be the people that this state is learning from. You're the first in the state. We're really excited about that. We expect that you are a beacon, you're going to remain a beacon, and we hope to see this grow throughout the state and the region. And, they're going to be visiting you like Nashville. So we have high expectations, and we know that you'll do it. And to the students who are still here, we have enormous expectations for you, and I know you're going to make it because you're brilliant, and I just want to hug you all. So I'll finish with this. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress, and working together is success. And that's a Henry Ford quote, and I know that you will be successful. And thank you for having us here, and we will be here in your community for a long time. So thank you. Oh, and I almost forgot. See? I should follow the script, right? Okay. So at this time, I would like to officially designate Akron as a Ford Next Generation Learning Community, and I would like to ask Deputy State Superintendent of Education, Dr. John Richard, to come up, and Superintendent David James, and Akron School Board President Patrick Bravo to accept the award on the behalf of Akron Public Schools.
Okay. Here you go.
Boy, talking about following a script. Well, we have been very fortunate to have strong leadership and advocacy for education with our community, within our local government for many years. And I think it's timely and worth mentioning that we should never take for granted who we elect to public office. I'd like to introduce Mayor Dan Horgan, a former educator who made the transition to public service, but we know where his heart really is.
Before I get started, I want to remind everybody that we're talking about the Ford Next Generation Learning Academy. That's Ford, not GM or Tesla. Ford, GM, Next Generation. You're welcome. I wanted to make sure I got that plug in there. Sorry about that, Ryan. I wanted to throw that in there. And for those of you keeping track, looking to see who raised their hand when she asked who saw 13 going on 30, that was me. It was not that bad of a movie, by the way. Today is an exciting and transformative day for the Akron Public Schools and a pivotal moment for the city of Akron and our region. I'm proud to join you in celebrating new academies and APS and a life that will prepare students for college and career. At my State of the City address this February, I talked about the city's challenges and its triumphs. I emphasized what we already know to be true. The best antidote to crime and poor health is pretty well known. It's a job, and the pathway to jobs is also pretty well known. It's education. Even with all the great work being done in our K-12 schools, colleges, and universities, we cannot ignore the numerous independent reports that show a significant gulf between the education level of our residents and the skills needed to compete for available jobs. This skills gap threatens our region's ability to grow and attract new investment. That's why I assigned members of my cabinet to serve on the College and Career Academy Steering Committee to support transformation of our high schools at every single step. There have been impressive broad-scale involvement of over 1,000 stakeholders across the region to craft the approved master plan. Thank you to all those involved. I want to particularly thank the students who I'm told were not shy, they're not shy about expressing their opinion, of which I know very well, having 3 teenagers. So we also had 19 tactical teams and 140 total members that met design action plans for the major strategies involved. The teams are innovative and rigorous, and I want to thank them for their work. What makes this city, this county, and our region special is our spirit of collaboration. And if you listen to David and Patrick's remarks, they mention word partnership and collaboration numerous times. We're always at our best when we innovate on the ground up. I'm so proud of what we've accomplished so far, and I lend my full support to the process moving forward. I know the completion of the design phase of the academies required not only thousands of volunteers, but also required the mobilization of resources and institutions. I'd like to welcome back Superintendent James and Cheryl back to the stage to provide 3 special awards and recognition to a few key strategic partners. Before they do that, when Cheryl, during her remarks, she asked the one question, why Akron? When we say why Akron, our phrase is, why not Akron? Thank you very much.
So, staff is way too efficient. You want to do it? All right. We have a bet on which one of us is going to cry first. So,
Seriously.
so Ford NGL wanted to do something special to recognize 3 exceptional partners who helped us kickstart our college and career academies of Akron. We are impressed, by the way, really how our community has come together to support various public projects here. And not every community is able to gather this kind of support. So at this time, I'd like to call to the stage Christine Mayer from GAR Foundation, Sue Lacey from Connexus NEO, and Mr. Bill Considine from Akron Children's Hospital. Can we do a share, David? Got you. Yeah, can we do a share? Sure. Can I do it? Absolutely.
As unaccustomed as I am, several years ago up in the lobby right over here, we gathered to kick off the STEM school, and all the students that were in the audience decided it'd be good to do a cheer. And people that know me, when you're celebrating, you should cheer. So why don't we do a hip, hip, hooray? I mean, this is really great for our community, folks. So I'll say hip, hip. You say hooray a couple times. Ready, go? Hip, hip. Hooray. Hip, hip. Hooray. Hip, hip. Hooray. Thank you.
So for the GAR Foundation and President Christine Mayer, I'd like to thank you not only for providing an early financial commitment starting with Akron STEM schools, but also expanding the support to help explore and incubate these academies. But GAR is so much more than a grant-making organization. Christine is gifted at convening cross-sector groups to facilitate alignment of vision, strategies, and resources. And I am pleased to also share that the GAR Foundation has pledged their continued support to the academies as Akron Public Schools enters the implementation phase next year. And to Connexus NEO and President Sue Lacey, thank you for bringing everyone together, which is no small feat, especially for a concrete purpose. Connexus NEO provides unique assets to our community that are very important to our success. It provides us with much needed workforce trend data and research, and Connexus NEO engages all partners and aligns education to meet the workforce demands in our region. They have really connected systems that are already contributing to the region's economic growth by their work on the college and career academies of Akron. Connexus NEO will continue to play a pivotal role with the academies in supporting our high leverage CEO champions team, as well as convening 5 industry councils to guide the academies in the areas of healthcare, engineering, manufacturing and skilled trades, public service, arts, media, and communications, along with business, finance, and information technology. We also recognize Akron Children's Hospital and the ever generous Bill Considine, whose contributions to the children and families of our community spans decades. Children's is what we call an early adopter of the academy, setting the bar for others with its contribution and expertise for the Akron Children's Hospital Academy of Health and Human Services at North High. Our thanks to each one of you and your fine organizations for what you have done and for what you have yet to accomplish. Thank you. I'd like to have Sue Lacey come to the podium and introduce our next key partners.
All aboard! Can I hear it? All aboard! All aboard! We have our ticket to success. It's our Ford NGL designation. Thank you very much, Cheryl. And today, as they say, the train is leaving the station. Our community is working together to keep us on course according to our master plan. We're shifting our gears into the implementation phase. At this point, would Darren Weimer, Don Taylor, and Jim Mullen please join me on the stage? These partners lead organizations who will join us to build critical elements of the infrastructure to support and sustain implementation of the college and career academies of Akron. This is a big challenge, and it would not be possible without their leadership. Darren Weimer, Executive Director of Summit Education Initiative, created the foundations for our academies through their data-driven design of the cradle-to-career pipeline. SEI will continue to lead the design of data systems for our academies and will organize community-wide efforts at significant education milestones to help all students meet high standards. When I grow up, I want to be Darren Weimer. Don Taylor, board chair of the Greater Akron Chamber, is already providing strong leadership. Don, I want to thank you for co-sponsoring the powerful CEO champion visit to Nashville with Connexus last month. Nashville, as you've heard, is the Ford NGL community that's most often cited as the national model for this work. Our dialogue with CEOs at the Nashville Chamber offered valuable guidance as we build Akron's own CEO champion team. Many of Akron's business, civic, and higher education leadership who participated in that trip are here today, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you, Darren and Don, for your deep commitment to the students' future and the future of our community. It's your time.
And then there's United Way of Summit County and Executive Director Jim Mullen. Today, the Akron Public Schools and United Way are announcing a stirring commitment to our academies. United Way is joining us in a new partnership called the Akron Partnership for Community Engagement. For those of you who have traveled to Nashville, this is the Akron version of what they call the Pencil Foundation function. This is a bold move. In fact, it's a step toward the United Way in furthering its bold goals that it just announced a few weeks ago. The Akron Partnership for Community Engagement will see the United Way broker the majority of partnerships that are needed between businesses and civic organizations and our schools. United Way will meet with our school staff to identify a list of needs within each college and career academy. For example, the Global Business and Technology Academy might need volunteers to come in and help teach students how to interview for a job. United Way will work with business partners to find those volunteers and match them with the schools. And not to put more pressure on you, Jim, but this partnership will be a major link between the community and all Akron Public School students. So please help me welcome Jim Mullen to the podium to say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to start with a quick thank you to Superintendent James, the Akron School Board, the staff, and our board for really putting the confidence in our volunteers and our staff leadership to be able to take on such a tremendous opportunity for us in the community to really change lives. As David mentioned a few minutes ago, about 3 weeks ago, we stood in front of the community and announced our bold goals for 2025. And many of those goals were squarely entrenched in how we work with our kids and our parents to transform their lives for the long term. Darren Weimer behind me and I have spent a lot of time standing on stages like this, talking to groups like this, and the one thing we continually say is there is certainly no silver bullet, but the closest thing we have to that silver bullet is a solid education. And the work that we're doing as United Way of Summit County is deeply entrenched in that work. We feel wholeheartedly that we're uniquely positioned in our corporate community and the business community and our civic community to convene and bring people together to make lasting change for our kids. And that's where it will all start. With all due respect to Ms. Carrier, I believe I have the best job in the world because every single day I wake up in Akron, Ohio, working for an organization that is completely committed to seeing lasting change happen with our kids. And we believe the College and Career Academies is one of those vehicles that will make that change happen. Our goal as an organization is to find a way to make our kids sustainable adults so we see community ultimately grow and thrive. We're thrilled about the partnership, and most importantly, we're ready to get to work. So thank you all for the opportunity.
So this new partnership is a critical element of our future success. So please help me thank Summit Education Initiative, the Greater Akron Chamber, and the United Way of Summit County for their outstanding leadership moving forward to ensure the success of our college and career academies. Now, the partnerships needed to pull off such a significant transformation of our secondary high schools will not only require district-level partners, every academy will also need businesses, universities, government agencies, or nonprofit organizations to provide their expertise to our students and faculty, or to open up their places of business for our students to have hands-on experiences. We look forward to reaching out to everyone here over the next year to discuss these types of activities. Some partners don't seem to need to wait in line to be contacted about developing a partnership. They quickly step up and make innovative things happen. I'd like to invite President Beverly Warren from Kent State University to the podium. We are fortunate to already have multiple partnerships with Kent State University in our IB program, the arts, and we even have KSU faculty in our schools teaching college-level math and English courses. Today, I am pleased to announce that Kent State University has stepped up to take our partnership to a whole new level. After President Warren convened key visioning meetings and participated in the CEO trip to Nashville, the university is ready to become the next major partner for our college and career academies. In fact, their commitment extends far beyond the traditional academy partnership and will undoubtedly serve as a national motto of university and K-12 partnerships. As each high school works with their community to design their academies over the next 4 months, Kent State University is committing to partner with the high school to design academies and pathways in areas such as architecture and environmental design, film, performing arts, visual communication design, visual arts, fashion design, merchandising, and journalism. These are areas of distinction at KSU, and they're known nationally and internationally for these innovative design fields of study. President Warren wants to provide our APS students with access to world-class instruction and resources in some very exciting areas we know our students and families will be excited to hear about as well. Kent State's partnership includes having their faculty and staff co-create curriculum with our faculty to meet workforce needs, work collaboratively to create progressive student experiences with their existing industry partnerships, as well as trips to KSU to allow students to shadow, to participate in job shadowing with their staff and internships on campus, to create problem-based learning opportunities, provide summer enrichment programs for our students, provide professional development for our faculty and staff. Please help me thank President Warren for her innovative lens for this region and her dedication to our diverse student body.
A little bit of difference in size, I think. We could not be more pleased to be a partner in this exciting venture. When I think about this and really look, Mayor Horrigan, Board President Bravo, Superintendent James, you have the leadership in place to really have this game-changing moment for Akron Public Schools. Your vision for ensuring that students and all students in Akron Public Schools will link their academic studies with a career or college-ready choice, I think is going to transform teaching and learning for this school division. It's also going to elevate the dreams and aspirations of your students, our students, to their greatest dreams and hopes. And we're so pleased to be a part of that. I want to thank Cheryl Carrier and for the Ford Next Generation Learning Initiative to have their faith and trust in this community. And I can tell you that today's announcement is a tangible evidence of our commitment and this community's commitment to a thriving partnership so that Greater Akron thrives and Akron Public Schools thrive. At Kent State University, we believe in the power of collective impact to affect long-lasting change in communities. You can see that evidence today by many of my colleagues who are here today and so excited to be a part of this process of the wonderful moment and transformational change we're going to see in Akron Public Schools. At our core, we are a public research university that believes in linking arms with the communities that we serve. Our goal is to enhance the lives of all individuals. Our vision commits every single member of the Kent State University family to be agents of change to better our society. And Superintendent James, we could not be more delighted and excited over the creation of an innovation and design ecosystem that will include this partnership with Akron Public Schools. We really want to be that place that advances design thinking. It's the kind of thinking that is not problem-focused, but solution-focused. And regardless of the task at hand, we know that an orientation toward design thinking is what separates successful businesses and agencies from those that often languish and sometimes fail. Our students are going to be those leaders of tomorrow that use their understanding of design thinking, that really have linked their core curriculum to what they see as their preferred future and how they will lead in innovative ways. And we cannot wait to see how that growth process transpires. So as we pledge this unique venture with a lead from our College of Architecture and Environmental Design, but so many other programs at Kent State University, we're really pleased to be that partner that will be an exemplar of what we want to see in next generation learning. In addition to what we're proposing as a partner in a high school in the Akron Public Schools, we're also pleased to announce a new initiative that will supply micro scholarships to all students in the Akron Public Schools. What that means is that beginning in the fall 2017 semester, all Akron Public School students will receive a monetary credit for the grades that they achieve that will launch them toward a college education. These micro scholarships will be applied for tuition remission at Kent State University. Students in grades 9 through 12 will be able to earn up to $1,200 a year toward their education and can be applied to their tuition structure at Kent State University. Thank you. You know, this is our dream together. It's what we have aspired to accomplish. It's what our students need. It's what we know our students will need. We know the difference that a college education can make in students' lives, in the lives of their families. But we also know the barriers that exist often are financial, and this is our commitment so that together we can be the change. Together we will link arms, make a difference for this community. We are so pleased to be your university, the university that cares and will support all Akron Public School students to the college dream of an education and a diploma. So thank you very much.
Wow, thank you, President Warren. You can really see that there is a place and a purpose for every stakeholder. And before I close, I would like to recognize a couple of staff members. You know, the funny thing about it, I don't know anything. It's my staff. They do all the work. I hate to say it. You know, I just come up with these crazy dreams and ideas, and they roll their eyes, and then we all huddle together and get to work. But I'd like to recognize some staff members. You know, I can't do my job without them. Of course, Dr. McWilliams-Woods, Mark Black, Barb Williams, Annie Hansen from Connexus, Rachel Tecca, and there's more in the room. This morning I had the pleasure to go to North High School. And they had all the students, the 9th, 10th, and 11th graders in the auditorium. And so there were two sections. Of course, you know, the seniors, they're all like flying out the nest, we're ready for graduation. But we had the student body divided into two sections. You know, one was the Children's Hospital Health Academy, and the other side was the Academy of Global Business and Technology. And our teachers are in between them in the front. And it was actually a sight to see, recognizing that these students are going to be entering their respective academies in the fall and getting their lanyards, which identify their academies. It was really a sight to see. So envision yourself connected to this effort. This is the very embodiment of the notion that it takes an entire village to raise a child. And this is the village. We are the village. So think about what you can personally contribute in terms of your time and talent. What can your business or organization contribute? There is a place and purpose for every potential partner. In fact, yesterday, as was alluded to earlier, the Cavaliers and Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company have reached an agreement to apply the Wingfoot logo onto the Cavaliers jerseys. Well, part of that deal was a commitment of $1 million to support STEM education initiatives in the Cleveland Public Municipal Schools and the Akron Public Schools. And Akron will see $500,000 of that funding. Now, I don't know what happened, but maybe 6 weeks ago, we visited Rich Kramer. I know Allison White is here somewhere from Goodyear because I saw her earlier, but we had a meeting with Rich Kramer and talked about our STEM initiative. Maybe this had something to do with it, I don't know, but I'm pretty darn happy about it. That's all I can say. But they've been a great partner with us in this building here, our National Inventors Hall of Fame STEM Middle School and the STEM High School. So I do want to give a shout out to Goodyear and say thank you from the bottom of my heart. So today is an important milestone in the life of our district as we join Ford Next Generation Learning, their national community. But this is not the end of our designation ceremony. This moment right now is the beginning. It is the launch of our college and career academies across all of our high schools. Our future starts here as a district and for every one of our 21,000 students. So thanks for being part of our celebration. Thank you for your commitment to the future of our students. And now let's end where we started with a final send-off from our wonderful student, Sashiana Meadows.
I asked you all earlier what each of you can do to bring this brand promise to life. You've heard from a range of people today and what they're willing to do, what's important, and how they're committing to the college and career academies of Akron. We hope that we've inspired you and that we've given you some concrete things to think about so that you can determine how you can contribute. My future starts here. Your future starts here. Our future starts here. Thank you for coming to our designation ceremony.